So let's go ahead and get started. So Tuesday, we talked about different quadrilaterals and their attributes. Remember, attributes are things that are kind of characteristics of a shape, for a different word. And we finished with this. And after seeing some answers that you guys gave me, there's still some things that we need to clear up. And specifically, number 5 was probably the most missed problem. Is that something that you noticed in your answers, Miss Williams?
Yes, I'm going back to make sure, but yeah, I noticed number 5. I think, yeah, number 5.
I think number 5 would be a good one to start on anyway, just because of it doesn't really like connect with the rest of them, and it kind of wraps everything all together. So let's start with number 5, and then really quick we can just talk about the rest of them so that we can get started into our lesson for today. So number 5 is name a group. Name a group that all the shapes above belong to. So it's not asking to name a letter, name a shape. It's asking for the name of a group of shapes that all of these shapes belong to. Okay? So that's why I said I was looking for a word that all of these shapes belong to. And I want you to use numbers 1 through 4. Look at the questions to help you answer number 5. So a lot of you just gave me letters, and I wasn't looking for letters. I said I'm looking for one word that could name what all of these are. Who knows what kinds of shapes all of these shapes are? Who knows?
Let's see. Evan? Evan? Go ahead, Evan.
I think he's trying to unmute. Go ahead, Evan.
Yeah, I don't think it's unmute. Oh, there it goes.
Quadrilaterals.
Quadrilaterals. And Evan, can you remind us what makes a quadrilateral a quadrilateral? It needs to have what?
It has 4 sides and 4 corners.
You got it, Evan. They have 4 sides and 4 corners. So every single one of these shapes, A, B, C, D, E, and F, they all have 4 sides and 4 shapes. So they are all quadrilaterals. Perfect. Okay, and then just to kind of touch on the rest of them really quick. Number 5 was the one I really wanted to clarify. Which of the quadrilaterals above have all sides the same length? And all of you should have this exit ticket that you did the other day, that piece of paper. You should have it in front of you so that you can check your answers. So which quadrilaterals above have all sides the same length? Isaac, which ones have all sides the same length?
I think it's D.
Okay, D is definitely one of them. Can you think of another one?
And E.
Not quite E. That's a good risk. E, they're all pretty close to having the same length, but the top and the bottom.
And A.
A, there you go.
There
A.
you go.
Good job.
Say, a lot of people chose E.
Mm-hmm.
Not just look at something and take a guess, but that's a small mistake.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I can see why you picked that one. All right. Which ones have no square corners? That means if you try to draw a little square inside of it on the corners, it would be a perfect square. Which ones have no square corners? And there were 3 shapes for this one, giving you a little hint there.
Let me do my own.
Okay, this was 4D. Right?
Make sure you mute yourself, Isaac.
That's right. Okay. And I took a picture. So then the next one, yeah,
Felix, do you know any of them that do?
let's start on this.
I think one is A.
A has no square corners. Awesome. What's another one that doesn't have any square corners? Danila?
B.
D. Let's look at D. Okay. So D, if I put a little square here, you see how that square fits perfectly?
Miss Miranda, say E.
E. Okay, so let's move this one to E. Does that fit perfectly?
Yep.
So this one does have square corners. D and E do have square corners. Which one have no square corners? That means I could put this somewhere and it wouldn't fit. So we have A as one of them.
Let's
Or-
see. Anybody else want to take a risk? I don't see a lot of hands. JV, can you give us another one? No square corners. We already chose A. Can you give us another one, JV?
So imagine in your head this square.
Rondre, let's do Rondre since he wasn't here. Let's see if we could take a risk.
What was the question again?
On number 2, which quadrilaterals have no square corners? So which one of these? We already chose A. Is there another one?
B.
B, good job, Rondre.
Yeah, B is another one. And then for the sake of time, if you kind of look at the square on C, C also has no square corners. F has 2 square corners. All right, which quadrilaterals have at least 1 square corner? Well, by process of elimination,
Man.
it would be D,
B.
E, and F. Trying to save some time here because we're gonna go over this again today. So, and then all square corners. Okay, so it'd be D and E.
Oh yeah, E. My bad, I'm moving too quick.
Oh no, you're good. I had to double check myself too because I went too quick. All right, let's go on to our focus today. We are going to do quadrilaterals. All quadrilaterals. I don't care what quadrilateral it is. It can look like an arrow. It can look like a weird trapezoid. Every single quadrilateral has 4 sides and 4 angles. Okay, so how many sides and angles do quadrilaterals have? Show me with your fingers. Every single quadrilateral has how many sides and angles? Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Demaya. Thank you, Esteban. Thank you, Danai. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Dewan. Let's see. Show me with your fingers. Thank you, Danila. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Rondre. Every single quadrilateral has 4 sides and 4 angles. So if I ask you how many sides does a quadrilateral have, you better say 4. Okay? And I'm gonna put a little timer here for myself. And every time this timer goes off, I'm gonna ask someone, see how many sides and angles a quadrilateral has, see if you're paying attention. Okay. So our 2 main questions of the day are, is a square a rectangle? Is a rectangle a square? Those are the 2 questions we have for ourselves today. Is a square a rectangle, and is a rectangle a square?
Good question.
Well, let's jump into it. I'm gonna minimize you guys here. So let's compare. We have a green square and we have a pink rectangle. A square, here are the attributes of a square. A square has 4 square corners and it has 2 pairs of parallel sides, but all sides are the same length. That means every single side is the same length. Oh, there's my timer. Let's see, who's gonna be my victim? Who's my victim? Elena, how many sides and angles do quadrilaterals have?
Unmute yourself, honey.
Oh, what's the question again?
How many sides and angles do quadrilaterals have?
Yeah, that's our last time repeating ourselves. Please pay attention.
4 angles.
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that?
4 angles.
Good job, 4. Okay. So a square, thank you, Elena. A square has all sides of the same length. Then the attributes of a rectangle are 4 square corners and 2 pairs of parallel sides, just like a square. But 2 pairs of sides are the same length. So what does that mean when I say 2 pairs of sides are the same length? Who can tell me? What does that mean when I ask 2 pairs, when it says 2 pairs of sides are the same length? What does that mean? Let's see, I see Emmanuel's hand up. What does that mean?
It means that the other side of that one side of the shape is shorter and the other side of the shape is also shorter.
So what you mean is that this side's shorter, so that means on the other side, this is also going to be shorter?
Yes.
Okay, but what about these top ones? The top one and the bottom one, are those the same length? Are those the same length, Emmanuel? The top and
bottom on the side.
you're cutting out. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yes.
Yeah. So when I'm talking about 2 pairs of sides of the same length, I'm not talking about all the sides. Remember, pairs are 2, like a pair of shoes. So that means that this, sorry, I'm trying to get, there we go. That means that this up here is the same length as this down here. Okay, it also means that this over here is the same length as this over here. That's what that means by 2 pairs of sides of the same length. Now, I'm going to give you guys a question. Hello, Ariana. So here I am playing PeekaBoo. I want give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the, like, show me with your thumb. Is a square a rectangle? So I want you to look at the attributes of a rectangle right here. Let me put a little box around it so that you can see it. Here are the attributes of a rectangle in purple. Does this square meet these attributes? Is a square a rectangle? Did you just undo my timer? Disrespectful. Oh, she didn't. Okay. I'll ask someone here in a second. My victim.
I'll drop it in the so.
Yeah, Miss Miranda.
Hmm.
I'm getting confused.
Okay, thank you for telling us.
Yeah, thank you. So right now our question is a square a rectangle? So I want you to look at this green square. I'm putting it in purple squares around. Is this, girl, thank you. Is this green square, does it have the attributes of a rectangle, which are right here under the pink shape? Does this green square meet these attributes? So you need to ask yourself, does it have 4 square corners? Does it have 2 pairs of parallel sides? Does it have 2 pairs of sides the same length? Then give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Yes or no. Thank you, Elena.
Let's see. This one it's a little tricky, friend, but we're gonna take a risk. It might be easier for them to drop it in the chat, Miss Miranda.
Okay, cool.
So either yes, a square is a rectangle, or no.
Thank you, Miss Williams.
That way we just know.
So far.
Felix, Emmanuel, Danai, Rondre, Logan. If you don't know, just take a risk, friend. Please don't put nothing someone else put. Be able to justify. We may call on you. Krishan, is a square a rectangle?
Ariana, is a square a rectangle?
This one is a little challenging for me. I had to look at it twice.
She says yes, a shape. That's what my little niece says.
Krishan, can you come answer the question, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have Demaya, Emmanuel,
Yeah.
Isaac, Elena, Christian. Krishan, please answer the question. Is a square a rectangle?
Go with mama. Thank you. Baby, I'm working.
I think we have Rondre and Danae say no. JV, oh, yes, we did. Sorry. I got JV response.
I'm sorry, guys. Let me take my niece to her mom. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
I got you. Okay. It's a square or rectangle. We still have not heard from Esteban. Who else? I think that's it. Esteban. Make sure you drop yours in the chat. And Krishan.
I did. I gave it to Miss Miranda.
Okay, can you put it so everyone can see?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you, Miss Williams. Okay.
Sean, is a square a rectangle?
I see a lot of yeses and I see a couple of no's. Okay. Someone who said yes. Let's choose Kayla. Why did you say yes?
I chose yes because it has 4 corners.
Because it has what?
4 square corners.
Okay, so it has 4 square corners. They both have 4 square corners. Okay. So you are correct. That's not quite the attribute I was wanting to focus on, but just because it has all square corners doesn't always mean that it's a rectangle, but you are correct with saying that. Who else said yes? Who should we pick? Christian, why did you say yes?
Because a square can be a rectangle because 2 squares make a rectangle.
Okay, so Christian's kind of thinking if I put 2 squares together, it would make a rectangle. So let's kind of put what he's talking about here. If I put these together, it makes a rectangle. Okay, so, but let's use the attribute here that we see in front of us. Which of these attributes can show that a square is a rectangle? Remember, these are attributes. Attributes are things that describe the shape.
We haven't heard from Logan today.
Okay.
The attributes that make a square and a rectangle are 4 square corners and 2 pairs of parallel sides.
Okay, yes. So we know a square has 4 square corners and 2 pairs of parallel sides. The one thing I wanted to focus on, so those are good risks, good answers. The one thing I wanted someone to focus on was that a square also has, oh, that's not what I want. A square also has.
Sorry, interrupt you. I got messed by my little brother Josiah.
Okay.
That's with
Okay.
me.
Just focus. It's all right. It has two pairs. A square has two pairs of sides that are the same length. So that means that these two sides are the same length. And these two sides are the same length. All right. Okay. So is a square a rectangle? Most of you were correct. Is a square a rectangle? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That brings us into our next question. Is a rectangle a square?
Mm.
Is a rectangle a square? So just like before, drop a yes or no in the chat. Does this shape, does it meet these attributes right here? Does a rectangle have 4 square corners, 2 pairs of parallel sides, and are all sides the same length? Yes or no?
I'm back. Can I tell my dad?
Okay, type your answer in first.
I do. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and do your work.
Okay, so let's make sure that we stay in the class. It's just an hour, y'all.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, I see lots of no's.
No. I see some people giving us a thumbs down using their.
One yes.
Dewan, please make sure your screen is muted. Miss Miranda, can you like mute?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's muted. All right. Okay. I see lots of no's. Okay. Who haven't we heard from yet? Have we heard from Danai yet?
We have not heard from Danai. I don't
So-
think on your choice.
Danai, why'd you say no?
Why? I said no because
Just tell us what you think, Danai.
Mhm.
Take a risk.
if
Thinking when you said no.
You want to phone a friend? Go ahead and pick someone to help you out.
yeah,
All right, pick someone.
Kayla.
Okay, Kayla, why did you say no?
Why I said no because it has 4 corners, but it don't have it's basically don't have the same length.
Yeah, you got it. All sides of this rectangle are not the same length.
Good job. So back to
Good
Danai.
job.
Can we go back to Danai really fast?
Yeah, Danai. So why isn't a square a rectangle?
Why isn't a square not a rectangle? Because
Look at what Miss Miranda highlighted, Danai. Because all
All what? Are all the sides the same length on this rectangle, Danai?
no,
No. So a rectangle is not a square because,
it doesn't have all the same size.
yep, you got it. So is a rectangle a square? No.
No,
All rectangles are squares. Okay. So this kind of just wraps everything up. For this, I just need 2 words. Squares are The two words you're picking here to fill in the blanks are either the words always or sometimes. Those are the two words that you can use to fill in these blanks. Always and sometimes. So on a piece of paper, go ahead and just write down squares are blank rectangles. Rectangles are blank squares. You have two words to pick from. Always or sometimes. Where does always go? Where does sometimes go? Give you a minute of work time.